Some people contend that great character is something you are born with. Others suggest that it results from careful study and observation. A few even assert that it is the natural byproduct of enduring the challenges and trials of life. Like gold, character is easy to identify, hard to find, nearly impossible to duplicate, and priceless in value. Character is not the exclusive domain of the great stages of life. It is more commonly found on the side streets of rural America than on the front pages of iconic trade journals or at political pulpits during town hall meetings. We expect those who lead us to possess it, those who teach us to espouse it, and those who comfort us to model it. Most of us can recognize it in others, but far too often we lack the ability to develop it for ourselves. As a nation, we build monuments to celebrate lives of great character. White marble is emblematic of purity of intent, the nobility of lofty purposes, and the strength of one person resolved to make a difference. These public enshrinements serve to inspire us, to persuade us to believe that character is the lasting triumph of life, something worthy of our best effort, not something discarded for self-indulgence, vanity, or greed. We seem fascinated with talking about people of great character, and less enthralled about becoming a person of great character. Character isn't always what it seems. It is more commonly found in the language between great friends than in the lines of great speeches. Character is not found in a great performance. It is displayed by the constancy of a great life. Character is not about what you do, it is about who you are. Lee Aldridge was born during the height of the Great Depression. He was the seventh child and firstborn son to Raymond and Pearl Aldridge in a two-room home with dirt floors in Emery County, Utah. His father supplemented their meager farm income by working in the nearby coal mine. When Lee was 3, a younger brother was born, and a few weeks later his father was killed when a rock fell over 500 feet in a mine shaft, striking him in the head. It was an accident that didn't make the evening news or the cover of local magazines, and there was no civil action aimed at awarding large damages. The accident robbed them of a father. It also deprived them of any sense of hope. What remained was a single mother with 8 children who were already overcome with poverty. Lee enlisted in the Navy at the age of 17, and for the next 4 years he sent half of his monthly pay home to help support his struggling mother and siblings. Following his discharge from the service, he married, started a small plumbing business, took some risks investing in real estate, and over the course of the next 30 years became the most unlikely multi-millionaire ever produced from the dusty, alkaline plateaus of central Utah. But until his death from cancer at the age of 77 in 2006, no one close to him knew much about what he had in the bank, because they knew what he had in his heart. Shortly before Lee's death, a former 3-term mayor summed up Lee's life this way: Lee Aldridge was the most honest man I have ever met. Lee epitomized the paradox of character. He never gave a great speech, he never ran for political office, and he wasn't awarded any noteworthy commendations or medals of valor. He didn't hold positions of power or influence, and he lacked the skills of oratory or the gift of persuasion. Yet this seemingly simple man changed the lives of hundreds of people, not by his selection of the right words, but by his practice of the right principles. There were always people nearby who could give more refined speeches about integrity and honor. There just weren't any who could live them like Lee did. For Lee, it was never about being right. It was always about doing what was right. Some might say that Lee was an overachiever. People of character are not overachievers. They simply work consistently to the highest level of their own potential. Character is about developing the integrity to do your very best and in the process pursue a path that leads to excellence. Lee didn't compare his life to others. He was more concerned about doing his best with his own unique gifts and talents. He could have used his family's poverty or his father's death to justify a life of mediocrity. But people of character refuse to condescend to self-justification and rationalization. It makes them small. Lee lived large. Condescension about his life was beneath him. It should be beneath you. Character is about living your life in a glass house where the only eyes that really matter are your own. It is about the competency required to excel in your field, the desire to continuously improve, the integrity to honor commitments, the humility to change, the courage to subordinate self-interest, the capacity to understand your greatest potential, and the fortitude to live your life accordingly. In many respects, character is like gold, but the value of character doesn't fluctuate with market trends, and its price isn't listed on nationally recognized indices. Character will lead you to your own potential, and that will always be much more valuable than gold. What will it require for you to become a person of character?